Alright, so here's what's going to be happening, guys. As I said last night, we're starting it. We're going to be doing Medieval. Let's turn down the volume on the TV here a little bit. This is a pretty decent game, honestly. I honestly like it. I'm going to let the history of Gallowmere play, and I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes.
In a time long ago, there lived in the kingdom of Gallowmere a sorcerer named Zarok. This arrogant, pitiless man hated his fellow citizens for their simple and peaceful ways. So he raised an army of demons and set out to take the realm for his own. The king's champion, Sir Daniel Fortescue, led the militia into battle against this unholy horde. Songs are still sung of how he spearheaded the charge deep into the accursed multitude, how demons fell before him like wheat before the scythe, and how at last, though mortally wounded, he destroyed the sorcerer utterly. Fortescue went down in history that day as the hero of Gallowmere, and a time of peace began, which was to last for 100 years. And then the sorcerer returned.
So, you can tell this takes place back in the ye olde days. So we're going to be using swords, shields, stuff like that. Now, this game is really good. Honestly, I enjoy it for a run around in a level, slash things up, find hidden items, you know, stuff like that. The main objective here is to defeat Zarok, whom we are about to see, who is one ugly sumbitch. But the point of it is we're supposed to go and fight him again. Excuse me. We're going to fight him again, take him out again, as Sir Daniel Fortescue. Or Danny, as I like to call him. Zarok has basically brought back the dead, taken over a lot of people. You know, he's trying to bring destruction upon the earth again to rule it. So, we are going to go take him out. The main objective, again, take him out, but we can also, there's multiple paths, but there's only one path that leads to Zarok. I will be showing all paths. I will try and show where all the hidden items are. I haven't played this in a while, so it might be a little bit. But you also can collect chalices throughout the game. By killing enemies, you collect souls. By reaching 100% souls, which isn't by killing every enemy in the area, because even after you kill every enemy, you still have even before you kill every enemy, sometimes you have 100% souls. But by doing that, you collect a chalice, you get teleported to an area where you'll get either a new weapon, another extension on your life, which is called a life bottle, which revives you when you die. So, there is a lot to do. We will be going through every level. Sorry, that kind of... I haven't seen this in a while, so it's something I haven't seen in a while. But we will be going through everything, doing everything. I'll be showing off as much as I can. So please, excuse me, sit back and enjoy this. There are also, you see these innocent people here. Well, we're innocent people. But we will get to a level at some point with these guys in them that if we kill them, we actually lose souls out of our chalice. So it's not always just about killing everything in sight. You have to be wise about some things, because there are times you'll start the level with like 50 to 60% of your chalice already, but if you kill one of the innocent people, you're done. It's kind of hard to collect 100% from there. But with the opening and everything done, we can finally start this. It's easy in the beginning, so we might be able to fly through a couple levels, but as it progresses, again, like most games, it gets harder. And you will hear some frustration, because some of the later levels I despise. There's our main hero, Sir Daniel Fortescue. Alright. We're going to start a new game. One more opening cinematic. It's been a while since I even watched this. And down goes Daniel! So what I find funny about it is they sit there and say that he even defeated Zarok being mortally wounded. He dies in the first arrow. So that kind of contradicts things.
It has risen again, Sir Daniel Fortescue. See? The hero of Gallowmere who fell at the first charge. The fog of war and the shrouds of time conspired to turn the arrow fodder into the saviour of the day. But we...
Even the game makes fun of him.
Let it alone. Fate has given it a second chance. A chance to forget the ignoble truth. A chance to defeat Zarok and live up to the legend. We hopes it does well.
Alright. Finally, we got gameplay. First thing I gotta figure out. Okay, that's guard. We've gotta change that. Game settings. We're gonna increase it. So that it can be heard. Let's brighten it up here a little bit so that everybody can see everything. Don't need to do screen adjustments. Okay, button layout. I think it's 2 I play with. Oh god, I ripped out my own arm. That's not cool. Okay, can I... One thing I need to check. Controller settings. I want to see if I can... Ah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, we got a sword. Now, here's the thing. With controller layout 2, X is your normal attack. Square is your jump. Circle is your charge attack. Which means if you hold it in until it fully charges and let go, you can somehow spin your spine around to make things work. Triangle is your guard. It will also become useful later on. If you hit select, it brings up your inventory. For right now, we got a small sword, and we can rip out our own arm and chuck it. Like a boomerang. Because that's how your arm works. When a weapon becomes... There are weapons later that you get that you have limited quantity. When they run out, it automatically defaults back to your arm, which you will have to do. Gotta remember buttons here. Okay, one thing that needs to be brought up. We can walk around in water. Bad thing. Anything deeper than I think above anything that basically engulfs your head, you die instantly. Sir Daniel Fortescue cannot swim. Here we got a chest, hit it, we'll get our first shield, a copper shield. Yeah, it's small, it only has 150 health, so don't expect to protect against much. After a while, when the shield loses all its health, it will disappear. Alright, R2 and L2 rotate your camera. As you can see, this wall's a different color. You will be back. Over here, we have the instance of the life bottle. You can see we have 300 health, and right above that, we have a life bottle now. When we die, that bottle will be used. That's an 300 health. There is ways to refill them. We'll go over it later. Here's our first instance of limited ammo weapons, the throwing daggers. You throw one with the plain attack button. If you hold it in and charge, you shoot a total of 3. Good for long distances, but I probably won't be using it much. Now, you notice that I picked up a stone ruin. Throughout the levels, there will be, throughout multiple levels, there will be areas that have ruins in them. When you see hands like this, you walk up to it, and automatically play the ruin that needs to be put in the hand to open the door. Now, the tutorial's over. Let's begin. I should have been looking at them books. I'll go back and look at them later. And at the end of every level, you always get Daniel in a different pose. Alright, I'm going to save right away here quick. This will be the only time you see me save. I'll probably do all the saving off screen. Okay, there we go. Now, as you noticed, we're on the world map now. Every direction you can go, as long as there is a circle of light there. So we can only go northwest, I want to say, to the graveyard. I think that was northeast. I don't know my compass directions. But now that we're in the graveyard, we get our first instances of collecting souls and combat. You can see now we have a chalice in the upper right-hand corner. Oh, I forgot to mention. Upper right-hand corner, we got the money, which is 10. We found 10. You found the little red bag on the ground. That was gold. There are also chests that give 100. Right beside that is the chalice. You see that we have 0% right now. As we fight enemies, that will increase, which I will just demonstrate here in a minute. Alright, here we go. First attack. See, we gain 3%. Now, every enemy's different. Alright, what's this got to say? How do you read? I forget how to read. How do you read? Aha! That's kind of morbid. Anyway, continuing on. Oh, I wanted to tell you, if you use the D-pad to move, you will walk. You have to double tap in that direction to run. But if you use the joystick, it instantly takes you running. That can be helpful at some points. Was there something just behind me? No. Oh, there are some areas where you will not be able to rotate the camera. It will automatically stick it in a position for you, which can be bad. Alright, now you can just see these little zombies here. They're we will get into the zombies later on that get ugly. Here we have the Earth Ruin. We will definitely need that for later on. Most of the time through a level, you always get 100% chalice, but there are some levels that do not let you. Alright. Okay, here we have a fountain of rejuvenation. As I was saying earlier, when you lose that one life bottle, if you stand in here, it will fully heal you. But the fountain of rejuvenation only lasts so long. I believe it's 2 life bottles worth, or 2.5, so that's about, let's see, 750 health points. So use it wisely, or use it all and pray to God that you do good. Here's a money bag worth 10. Now that I actually got to show that off. Okay, nothing else here. Alright. Now that we picked up where that was. Ah, the chaos room. Alright. Head up here. And right here. Chaos room. Alright, let's see. Stabby, stabby! This sword will be pretty useful for basically the beginning of the game. There are bosses in this game, so do expect to have some boss fights. Alright. Rotate the statue here. Whichever way the angel is pointing will open the door. Let's see. Yeah, we will be taken to the Hall of Heroes to claim our prize, as I was saying, which means we can get between weapons, money, upgraded weapons, or life bottles. Some of them are hidden well, some of them are actually out in the open, like this one. But as you can see, it's transparent. We can't collect it because we only have 75%. Or 75%, I can't tell what that is. Alright, let's continue. Now, there is one thing about these levels that you'll notice later on. Wow, you kind of blended in. But, when you come back, when you go to later levels, they actually come through some of these areas and reuse some of the areas. Hello. So, just expect to see some of these things to look familiar. Alright, here we got another life bottle. And, oh, they're only worth 50. I'm sorry. These are chests of money, which is worth 50 each. Alright, so actually, I want to go this way. Wish I could rotate the camera. I hate having the camera in front of me and not behind me. Oh, yeah, zombies. I wish I could read a book! Okay, so we have to go to the Hilltop Mausoleum and defeat the Stained Glass Demon to obtain the Skull Key to get through this door. Which means we will be back here. Alright, I hear you. Yeah! On God, monsters! And when you collect 100%, it does say the chalice can now be collected, and you can see down there, if you can see it well enough, it does look like it's finally, you know, not transparent. Alright, let's rotate the camera here a little bit. There we go. Okay, gently. Hey. Now, if you walk slowly, you'll notice that when you go to fall off a ledge, Daniel does kind of like, hey, don't do that. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, don't drop me off this ledge. That's another thing I wanted to explain. I was saying about water damage. You also take fall damage. If you fall from too high of an area, Daniel will die. It's almost like he's human, but he's not. He's just a corpse. Alright, the Hall of Heroes awaits, which means at the end of the level, it will automatically take us there. Alright, let's meander on. Let's mosey on out of here. Whoa. See, like I said, not all, even after you defeat all the enemies, you're still collecting souls, but you don't collect them anymore. It's not for them to stay or anything like that, so... Just because you kill everything in the site, don't expect it to grant you anything extra. Over here, we have a shop. If I can cooperate with Daniel here, if you check it out, you can buy more throwing daggers. That's what the money's for, stuff like that. It'll be very rare that I use that, unless I need something of importance. You cannot buy healing items there, so don't expect to buy life bottles or increase your health increasements. What's the thing? What's the word I'm looking for? Potions to restore your health. Right, let's hop up here. Ah, another fountain. There we go. If you'd like to play along, you can either buy the game on eBay or something that might sell it, or you can go to PSN and download it for, I think it's $6, $4.99 or $5.99, I can't remember. Here we get another copper shield. If your shield is damaged, it'll automatically reheal itself and give you the brand new one.
Tread softly. Zarok awaits beyond these gates. The Master meets with the demon from the mausoleum, hatching plots of purest evil. Forgotten nobodies would be wise to make themselves scarce.
Me and you guys just love insulting poor Daniel. Alright, well with that, this level is complete. But let's visit the Hall of Heroes before we end this episode off and leave. Alright, walk forward.
Welcome to the Hall of Heroes, where the bravest warriors from history spend eternity, feasting, singing, and arm wrestling. If they think you're worthy enough, you may be able to persuade them to give you a new weapon.
And he's right, you can. Now, there is one thing that I do want to show off. See this transparent statue? Ah, there we go. If you hold L2 and R2 in, and if you look at it carefully, it looks oddly familiar. That's right, as we progress through the game and collect chalices, this will slowly become solid. Now, the weird thing about this is, once we get into later levels, you will be able to... It'll get deciding to where you can pick multiple people to visit. Well, not multiple, but you can only pick one. So, I will probably be, you know, picking different people in different orders instead of just going straight for the first one I see. And as you can tell, there is an upper floor, and the stairs are ghostly right now. So, once we collect more chalices, they should be set. What's this book say? Okay. So, once we pay homage to all the ones downstairs, we can go upstairs. But for now, let's go here. Stand on the chalice.
Captain Fortescue, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the battle go well? How I wish I could fight at your head again, sir. But oh, you could take my crossbow. It's got rapid fire and you can ricochet the darts off walls to shoot around corners. I used it at the Battle of Gallowmere. After you were slain, I shot Zarok's champion, Lord Kardok, a clean kill through the eye at some 1,000 yards.
And we can decide whether to accept it or not. This is also the point where if you have multiple choices, you can stand and listen to what they have to say before you accept it. That way you can go, oh, I don't want this. I'll just go to the other guy and get this.
Not that there's anything clever about shooting someone in the eye, sir.
Oh, goodbye, sir.
This has some witty dialogue and stuff like that here and there, but once you're done, boom, we got the crossbow. This has some distance to it. It even ricochets for one shot. So, wait, did it just ricochet twice? No, it only ricocheted once. Okay. But with that, if you go over here, we can leave the Hall of Heroes. And with that, we're done with this episode. So, next time, a new area has come back. We can now go to the hilltop of the Cemetery Hill. But if we actually look here real quick, you can notice that we got the chalice and it's checkmarked. When it's checkmarked like that, it means the level is done, and that we also have the chalice. So next time, we climb Cemetery Hill. I'll catch you guys later.